This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's do another one here. What are Arn's thoughts on the Bunkhouse Stampede concept? We've talked a lot about JCP lately, so this one really stuck out. What do you think of that concept of a match, the Bunkhouse Stampede?
Well, that was anything goes, and anything did go. And you would come and we would try to dress up in our cowboy boots and our big belt buckles or weight belts or anything that could be used as a weapon. It was wild because you could fight all over the building, actually fight out in the crowd, which got very dangerous sometimes. People would get caught up in it and you would get hit in the head with batteries and punched in the back of the head, whole beers thrown on you if you chose to go out in the crowd. But it was, as a fan, it's hard to watch 10 things going on. Mm-hmm. But I think it was such a unique concept at the time. And it was mainly, it had all top guys in it. It was just such a spectacle that it absolutely worked, I think.
The follow-up question to that was, what did you think about Dusty booking himself to win? Pretty controversial question.
I never had a problem with that. Dusty was the biggest star in the company. He just was. Now, Ricky and Robert, you could say, were as hot as you can get.
Yeah.
It was to a particular age group, mostly women, which really helped draw a lot of money, because if you got a lot of women at a wrestling event, guess who follows them into the event? A lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kids loved them. Dusty appealed to everybody.
Right.
He was a across-the-board champion for everybody, for grandmothers, grandfathers, 25-year-olds. He appealed to everybody, and I'm sure kids too. And he's the biggest star. He was the biggest star in the company, and him winning, what I want to see, okay, that ended with Ivan Koloff as your winner, or Arn Anderson as your winner, or Dennis Condrey won. That doesn't have the same ring. Bunkhouse Stampede, Dusty, who had on cowboy boots every time you saw him.
Yep.
It just fit. And if people will look at it and look at the concept, it was like a bunch of cowboys having a brawl, back in the saloon of the old days. And that was the theme of it. And Dusty, I had no problem with him winning. It was the right choice.
Here's one. What are Arn's memories of Great American Bash 88, where he and Tully fought Sting and Nikita? Why didn't he and Tully face the Road Warriors? Is it true that JJ got a bigger payoff than he and Tully, according to the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen DVD?
I'm sure he did. I wasn't worried about that. What people didn't know behind the scenes, JJ was a manager that if we had 3 matches that night, sometimes he would go out 3 times with us.
Right.
He was also the assistant booker, which he had office job. When we were all going home for the day, JJ would have to, before we'd leave for a town, would have to get up, go to the office for a few hours.
Right.
He had a full schedule. He earned his money. I will never, ever begrudge JJ Dillon a dime that he made in the business. Now, as far as that match, I've watched it a couple times back. Man, I enjoyed that. Those guys were good to go. They wanted to go out and tear the joint down. We were early on the show, right? Were we first?
I don't remember if you were first or not, but it was early.
It was early, and we knew we were going to have a fresh crowd, and all 4 of us, 5 of us, counting JJ, were gun-ho to go out. And just like every other night, when it was all said and done, had no problem coming back through the curtain and looking at the guys going on next and go, okay, they're set up for you. Follow that. Because it was meant not as a dig, it was meant as a positive. It's much easier to follow a great match than a stinker.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My God, because the audience is mad at you as soon as you come through the curtain. I hope this ain't the shits too.
Right.
Versus, holy smokes, that was fantastic. And these guys are still yet to go. Oh my God. So, it's we were looking forward to it, and I think it paid dividends. We had a blast. I thought it was a pretty good match.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.